And I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it through an hour, but I'm going to try my best to make it through an hour. So today, I sent everyone who was on my email list two emails. First email was like, basically, I'm looking forward to seeing you. The second email was like, where you at? Nobody showed up today. I gave everybody four emails, the same address. I did not tell them where I was going or what was going on, where it was, but I said I had a treat for you. I said that to everybody in the email. This is 192 people who are on my email list. Nobody showed up. The only person I told where I was going was my children. And I specifically said to them, if you want to go to Starbucks, you need to get up now and you need to come on. I have two children that stay in the house with me. One of them got up and came on. The other one stayed in the bed. After an hour was over at 2:30, my kid called me like clockwork and was like, where you at? I'm at Starbucks. What do you mean you at Starbucks? I am at Starbucks. I told you to come on, let's go. So you could come to Starbucks too, and you chose not to get up and come. If you choose not to get up and come to Starbucks, and I voluntarily tell you I'm coming, that don't have nothing to do with me. Oh, can you bring me back? No, I can't bring you nothing back because I told you to get up and let's go if you want a Starbucks. And you didn't get up and go, so you didn't want no Starbucks. Oh, here I come. No, I am not at the Starbucks that you think I'm at. I am at my favorite Starbucks, and nobody showed up. Nobody showed up. So let me tell you what I learned from that. I learned that I need to communicate with you guys a little bit more. I cannot communicate with you exclusively around Easter. I need to communicate with you all year long. And because I only communicate with you around Easter, that is the only time that you believe that I want to do something for you. And I've historically done that for 4 years. So now you are conditioned and trained to think the only time I want to interact with you is at Easter. That has to change. I do not want to just interact with you at Easter. I am interested in interacting with you all year long. I am. I want to know what you're interested in because you've helped me. Well, how can I be of assistance to you? How can I help you solve some of life's dilemmas, come up with solutions, what have you? But I want to do it in an intimate setting where it's not like 1,000 of us because right now. It's just right now. I don't want to do it like that. I want to do it in smaller numbers so I can make sure that I'm really meeting the need that you have to say thank you. Because oftentimes people are taking, but they're never willing to be of service. You know, they're not willing to offer a service to solve many of life's solutions. And what I also found out is typically when you have an issue, there's about maybe 5 other people in the same group who may have the same issue. And then you 5 or you 6 can connect and come on one accord together. So what else I learned? People want to know what you're doing. That's what I learned from today. I know if I would have told everybody that got the email that I was going to Starbucks and this is the address of the Starbucks I would have been at, they would have told their mama, their brother, their sister, their cousins, their aunt, their grandmother. Everybody would have showed up to Starbucks to get free Starbucks because I told them in advance. But because I didn't tell them it was Starbucks and nobody looked up the address that I put in the email, they didn't know where I was going or what I was doing. All they knew was that I had asked them to be somewhere at 1:30 and I was giving out a free treat. And after 1:30, at the same email, I told them I would be there at 2:30. So I sat there for an hour. I went live for an entire hour waiting on you to show up, and you didn't show up. But there are other opportunities. Like, I'm going to do this all across the country because I love to travel, and it's just cool. It would be so cool to meet different people, meet new people, just by saying, hey, I'm going to be at this location. You're on my email list. And because you're on my email list and supported me, meet me here. The first 30 people, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Like, who wouldn't like that? I would like that. Because I definitely would be like, oh, I can't be there, but I would send it to somebody I know in the city. Like, if you went blah, 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 are you at home today? Go here at this time. This person I know, they doing this, they doing that. You know, tell them I sent you. Tell them I said hi. You know, tell them I said thank you. Because basically, I was doing something to say, you know, thank you. I just wanted to treat everybody to Starbucks today. So, you didn't get the Starbucks. Only my daughter. And that was because I told her it was Starbucks. Like, I thought at least one person would have Googled the address. Like, what is this? Where is this? Like, this is where she is. And then the young lady who was on there, who was named Nellie, she like, oh, you at my favorite place. I'm like, how's she know? Oh, because it's right above my head. So I had to move the camera on my phone so she couldn't see where I was. But yeah, I guess ain't nobody coming on today. I don't know. I know I'm tired. And I still got to do a whole nother, I got to do 54 more minutes. And I got to do an hour on TikTok. I'm so tired. I'm ready to go to sleep. I told my son that I would help him move. I don't even know how I got myself involved in that, but I told him we got to leave early in the morning in order for me to help him move. Like, your children never grow up. They just never grow up and figure out how to do things on their own. Like, I need him to, he got all these male friends. Him and his male friends could easily pack up his car and drive to his city instead of his mother and his sisters helping him. All them people he was trying to let stay for free in my house, all of them should be getting in their cars helping him move. Not some of them, all of them. Every last one of them people he was trying to let stay in my house for free because they didn't have no place to stay. They all should be in their cars helping him move, not me. I should be minding my business, getting my stuff together, not my son's stuff. But nevertheless, that's what family is for. You know, we have to stick together as family, and we have to, I know it's hard, but if everybody has the idea that such and such hurt me and that's my family, and no one is the one that says, hey, they didn't know any better, because if they knew better, they would do better. Like, who doesn't know better and they do wrong? Just somebody who's evil and nasty. And so those are the people we have to pray for. Like, they're our family. We have to be on one accord. And that's just the plan of the enemy, is to separate the family. It is to not create families, for you to think that you can navigate through life by yourself and you don't need anybody. We all need someone. We really do. We want to be, like, we are humans. We want to be valued and appreciated. We want to feel like we belong. Everybody wants that feeling. And somebody who tells you they don't want that feeling is probably somebody who has been hurt. They have been hurt. They have not recovered from the hurt. And so they don't want to express their feelings. I am dealing with someone now that I've come to the realization they have been hurt. They honestly have been hurt, and they do not know how to overcome the pain, and that they do not like themselves. They are making decisions that I don't agree with, but it's not my life. So they have that right to make choices based on their preferences, but I don't agree with them. And because I don't agree with you, you know, I'm going to tell you I don't agree with you, but I'm also going to expect that you're going to be like, maybe this person cares about me and is concerned about me. And if they are, they wouldn't say anything to me that would be detrimental to my health, to my mental health, to my physical health, to my social health. Like, they just wouldn't say that. And we have to start putting people in our lives that we honestly believe are there for our best interest. Anytime, you know, all that red flag stuff and all of that, I think that's hocus pocus. I think it's hogwash. I think it's ridiculous. You know if somebody has your best interest or not. Are they willing to stop what they're doing to come see about you? You know, and those are the people we have to raise. We have to raise children who are considerate and kind. Is everybody considerate and kind? Is everybody raised the same way? No, but we have to tell them everybody may not be raised this way, but it is my goal that you will be continually surrounded as your parent with people who will appreciate you and who will value you. That is what we have to be instilling into our children. It's not every man for himself, right? You're not going to get far if you keep thinking that way. It's every man, no. How can we do this collectively? How can we do this on one accord? You know, being forthcoming with people, telling them what our real intentions is. They either with it or they not. It start early. It don't start late. And it start by our examples. Our children are looking at how we behave and they're mimicking our behavior. If no one ever tells them that what they're doing is wrong, they're going to keep doing the same thing. Right? If you want something different, you have to do something different. You can't do the same thing over and think you're going to get different results, because you're not. You're going to get the same results. Just like nobody showed up today for Starbucks. Again. So next time, I don't know what I'm going to say. But guess what? Sooner or later, somebody going to show up, because it's things I want to do. So why not invite the people who I've interacted with before, who've interacted with me, and see if they'll show up to come out and support whatever it is that I want to do. I mean, I thought everybody liked Starbucks. I thought everybody had common sense too. Let me Google this address to see where this at. And let me see where this lady is. But I guess maybe they was doing something way more important than chilling with me and get some Starbucks. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. Like, I learned, you know, I do have to send my email list. I need to talk to them more. I need to talk to the people on my email list more. I need to interact with them more. And I need to plan in ahead. Like, I shouldn't wait till the last minute to plan anything out. I need to plan ahead. So, yeah. Today is my day off, and it feel like I've been working all day. Like, from the time I got up, I did take a nap in the middle of the day, but it just feels like I've been up all day. So you may be wondering, like, who I am, what I do, why I'm on here. So my name is Miss Sam. I am an owner of an early learning and care facility located on the west side of Cleveland. We serve children 6 weeks to 13 years of age. We are a nurturing, safe, and caring environment. We are clean, and we are family-centered. So what does that mean? That means that our children feel very comfortable with us. Like, our children, they often tell me they love me. I cannot remember what she just told me. I think she said, Miss Sam, I appreciate you. And then I said, aw, I love you. And, you know, just knowing that somebody is looking out for your child, and your child looks them in the face and tells a stranger, not even related to them, but that treats them the way that they should be treated, that they love them. That's very rare. When I say that's rare, that's rare. And that's exactly what we do. You know, yesterday was so difficult. There were, like, every hour, for 2 hours, there was something going on. And I always tell parents that never get into it with another parent that your child interacts with, because your child and that other child will become friends. And now, guess what? You and that parent are upset with each other, and you don't know that your kid is playing with this kid whose parents you upset with. That they didn't heed to nothing you said. They didn't heed to your voice of instruction or nothing. They still playing with the kid you told them not to play with. And now you and this parent upset. So now they playing behind your back. Don't get upset with another parent. Let the kids iron it out. It's easier for kids to come together on one accord than it is for two adults to come together on one accord. Kids are kids. You know, all they know is that they want somebody that'll run, play, and laugh with them. When they say, hey, you want to play the Switch? Yes, no problem. Hey, you want to play Uno? Yeah, no problem. You want to play basketball, football, soccer, whatever it is that your kid is into, that's all they know, that this person, you know? And most time, parents are not out there playing all these sports and doing all these activities with their children. You know, teach your children how to be good citizens, how not to cheat. If you cheat, your children gonna cheat. I got a child at the center now, love to cheat in Uno. Hiding cars, putting, you know, +4s underneath their leg. And I tell them all the time when I play with them, I am not playing with you if you're gonna cheat. It's nothing, I don't like playing with cheaters. If you're gonna win the right way. You know, I'm going to talk smack in the game, because that's how I was raised. I'm not bullying you, but I'm going to talk smack. I'm going to talk mad smack in this game to deflate your ability to think mentally you could beat me. I grew up playing cards as a little kid. I tell them all that. I used to go over my god sister house. We would be up until the TV went off. So that was past Saturday Night Live. The TV used to go off when I was coming up. And we would be up playing spades. And her aunt didn't play. If you lost, she threw all the cards from the spade game on the floor, and we had to go pick all of them up. She was ruthless. So I grew up playing spades as a kid, not as an adult, as a kid. And so my weekends, like a Saturday like this, I would be over my god sister house, and we would be up all night playing spades. We never played Uno, and it would be three of us. And if you don't know how to count books, I had to learn how to count books as a kid. Okay. Ain't nobody teaching their kid how to count no books no more. And I ain't talking about the books that you play the illegal number. I'm talking about counting spade books. Like, it's only so many books you can have because of the players. The more players, like, you got to know how to count books. You got to know how to count cards. You got to, I got 5 with a possible 3. That's how I grew up as a kid. And Saturday Night Live and Apollo would be on in the back, and we would be playing. And I would say, my god sister would call me, and she'd be like, "You coming over this weekend?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think so." I'm like, "Did she make chili?" And then she'd be like, "No, she didn't make chili." "Oh, I'm definitely not coming over this weekend if she ain't made no chili." And then I would be like, and then sometimes she'll call me. She'd be like, she gonna make chili. You gonna come over? Yes. I'm gonna tell my mom to bring me over. So I was a minor. Like, I was a kid playing spades with adults. Me and my god sister was playing with an adult, and I still know how to play spades to this day. Like, if you want to keep me up all night, tell me you making some chili and we playing spades, and I could be up. I grew up sitting on the porch listening to songs from the 70s that I should not have been listening to. Like, I realized that too. Like, we sitting on the porch chilling late at night, not worried about if somebody gonna come by and shoot or nothing. We just sitting on the porch, and now I realized we were sitting on the porch because we didn't have no central air, and it was hot in the house. That was the only way you was gonna cool off. And once you came in from outside, you had to take a bath because then you was about to go to bed, and it was about to be hot in the house, and so they had to close all the doors to keep all the cool air in. Yes. But I had central air in my house. My mom, and we got central air in 85. 85, we got central air. So my grandmother was the only person who still had AC units in her window. But those were the times keep telling these stories. I had a really good childhood. And that's why I think it's so important for the children that I serve, that I try to give them experiences that allow them to say they had an excellent childhood. This summer, the children I serve, they got to meet the governor and the first lady and take a picture with the governor of the state of Ohio. And I know when they go back to school, nobody else is going to say that they met the governor. All because we took a chance and went to the state fair on the day that it was free for kids. And it was unlimited ride wristbands was $20 that day. So that experience within itself, they'll be able to tell they teachers, the principal, "Oh, I met the governor this summer. Like, he talked to me, he shook my hand, we took a picture." And I want them to show the picture to their principal and their teachers and their classmates, because those are the type of experiences that will last with them forever. I look back on my ability to meet the last 2 mayors of Cleveland, and now I have pictures, like I have the pictures with the last 2 mayors. I have a picture with the governor now and the first lady that I was able to meet just because of being at the right place at the right time. Like, always, I thank you that I'm always at the right place at the right time. Always. So, yeah, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I talk so much about travel that now it's time to talk about kids. And I'm just tired. Like, I'm so tired. So I did meet a stranger on the street. And I have this toy that I'm selling. And the toy, children actually liked the toy. The kid was literally over there for 15 minutes. And this lady is on the video. And I asked her, how much is a toy worth that would allow you to get 15 minutes of your day for free? 15 minutes. And she was like, between $10 and $20. She was like, actually $30. I said, even though you saw that the base was cheap and the little stick was cheap, and I showed you the worst that could happen with the toy, she said yes. She's like, the fact that they even over there playing and they not fighting with each other with the toy, that within itself, she's like, they never play with each other. They never play, they never do parallel play. They always in, one person is in somebody else's space. And so the toy is for sale. And the reason why I knew the toy would be a hit was because I had the toy at the center. And I saw two siblings fighting over the toy. They actually damaged the toy, which caused me to buy another one. But when I had to buy the second one, I was like, I need to buy two. And so what did I do? I bought two of the same toy. So I bought 3 toys all together. And the comments regarding the toy are negative. And the people, like, not all of them, but when they leave a negative comment, they talk about the cheapness of the toy. But the only thing that's cheap on the toy is the base and the stick. That's it. The other pieces are well made. They're thick, they're solid, they're they're appropriate for children. They won't cause any chemical harms or damage or whatever that has been checked and what have you. And so, yeah, they don't talk about the fact that they should have got 2 of the toy instead of 1. They talk about the fact that the toy is cheap. And so if you want to purchase the toy, go to our TikTok account. It is listed on our TikTok account because we have not gotten enough subscribers on YouTube yet to sell it on YouTube. But if you're watching this video, I ask that you subscribe to this channel. I talk about all things children, all things related to child care, good and bad, and how we are creating an environment for children to be children. Like, there's nothing like having a great childhood, a childhood that brings you good memories. Like, I can look back on my childhood and I can sit here and just go on and on about how people loved me, how I was a child at all times. Like, I never felt like I had to be an adult or, grow up really quickly. I wanted to stay as young as I possibly could for as long as I possibly could, even today. So, yeah, if you're looking for the toy, Talia Academy, TALYACADEMY. That is all our handles. And make sure you subscribe to our channel today. The toy will give you 15 minutes of your life. I can't say that enough. It will give you 15 minutes, at least 15 minutes of your life. And then when the kids stopped playing with it after 15 minutes, I started playing with it. And the kid was looking like, oh, like that's how it moves more. Like, they were like really intrigued. Like, they picked up the toy. They didn't leave the toy. They had the toy walking with them around. And it was the grandmother that I actually stopped. I literally rolled up on her and was like, can I do an interview with you for 15 minutes? And so I put the timer on. We actually talked longer than 15 minutes. Her other grandson was a little bit older. And I encouraged her. She said that she wished there was more educational opportunities and she struggled to graduate with her high school diploma because she couldn't pass the OGTs. And I'm like, wow. I said, well, can I tell you that they have a program at the county public library to help you get your GED. They have a program through Tri-C. I've had a parent who I encourage to go get her GED because her daughters are looking up to her. If she's trying to stop the cycle of not finishing school, the only way you can stop it is be the example that you want to see. And so the parent and I did fall out because the parent did something that they shouldn't have done, and I did something that was against the law, and then I had to reverse what I did because my attorney told me I couldn't do it. And but the parent said that all that they could hear was the fact that I was encouraging them to go get their GED, which is the truth. Like, there are no real jobs out here if you don't even have a GED or a high school diploma. There is nothing you can do. You can try to do a lot, but there is nothing that you can do if you don't have a high school diploma. Like, except for work at McDonald's. Could you work your way up to be a manager? Yes, you can. But the truth of the matter is, there are no other careers. You can't even go to trade school without a high school diploma unless you took the trade in high school. And most people don't even want to take trades in high school. So that's a whole nother topic. But I did encourage her. You know, she said that she was over Cleveland and that the rent was too high here. But she didn't even have an idea of where she would want to go. She said she had been to Florida once and Tennessee, but she didn't have any other ideas of where she could go or where she could, what would be possible. She thought rent was high in Cleveland. And I'm like, rent ain't high in Cleveland. I said they're trying to stabilize rent across the country, but the truth of the matter is it's not high in Cleveland. You can find a place that's decent, that's not expensive to live in. And then my expensive may be different from her expensive. I didn't even clarify that. But I just wish I told her to DM me when she graduates, because I'm definitely going to shout her out, because it was great to hear, just to pull up on somebody on the side of the road. You don't even know them. And they tell you, like, I should have took advantage of the opportunities that were presented before me to graduate from high school. And so the chances are very high, if she didn't graduate from high school, that her children won't graduate either. That's just the cycle that happens. I hope somebody breaks it. When I say I hope somebody breaks it, I mean, I hope somebody breaks that cycle out of their family. To me, that's the worst cycle to be in. And it's even worse that we have people in educational systems that don't encourage, that don't put things in place to prevent that from happening to people, to prevent people from, and people have different reasons. I gave the story of how if we know we have a goal, we can't let someone whose sole job is to stop our goal from happening. We have to complete our goal. And that is what happens. There are always adversaries in a way, people who allow the enemy to come into their life and be used at that moment to prevent you from accomplishing what you need to accomplish. And that was what I was trying to get her to see. Nobody cares about you, but the moment somebody cares about you, you never let them go. Like, you just don't, because nobody has to care about you. Absolutely nobody. And I want her to graduate. Like, I just want her to get something. Like, I want to help her. I do, but I'll never see her, but I will. I can't wait to get an email from her, because I think something I said really inspired her. She did follow me on TikTok. So I'm really excited. Even if it's 2 years from now or 3 or 4, that she never gives up, and that she pursues and finishes what she started. That she pursues and finishes what she started. It doesn't matter when you finish, as long as you finish. That's all that matters. There is no time clock. It only matters if you've taken your last breath and you haven't finished what you set out to accomplish. And that's what I could leave with anybody. You keep going. You keep going. Like, it's so hard. Like, I'm supposed to stay on here for an hour, but what's hard is the fact that I keep saying it's hard. And that's what's hard. That's really what's hard. Because not only do I gotta do an hour, I gotta go on TikTok and do an hour with this toy. And play with this toy for an hour. Like, I cannot believe this. I've done 3 hours on social media, just going live. That's it. After when I get done with this, it'll be 3 hours. And I'm tired. I'm ready to go in the bed and go to sleep. I need some water. My voice is parched. So I think I'm going to be on here for another minute. And then I'm going to get off and go get me some water. And then come on here and do a live on TikTok. Because you got to do an hour on TikTok. I think what I'm going to do on TikTok is just stand there and play with this toy for an hour. That's all I think I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to talk. I don't think I'm going to say nothing. If I say something, it's going to be minimal to nothing. But I need to duplicate me. I need to take naps in the middle of the day like an old person. Like, curl up in my bed and just take naps. But I am about to get off of here. I don't have that many people on here today, but that's okay. I came on. I have nothing else to say. Time is ticking down. I have 10 seconds. And with that being said, I thank you to everybody that came on this evening. Because I'm about to do 30 minutes and I'm off. That's better than nothing. And then my time is up. All right. Bye-bye.